Yo ho, Frankie Bros. This is Mr. Cuddy Flim sailing in. I'm going to be reviewing episode 583 of One Piece. Let's get started. Alright, so first we see Sanji, Frankie, Nami, Chopper, and the samurai head in the kids' room. Um, now, there's like a 15-second stare down. I don't know why they needed to do this, whatever. There's this thing in One Piece I like to call fluffer because, in my opinion, I really don't think there's filler in One Piece. I know a lot of people are like, ugh, but I mean, I really think they take the episode and they just kind of, just a little bit, they gotta fluff that shit up or something because they just gotta make it fit. But whatever, that's cool. After the stare down, it gets broken up because Frankie's just sitting there looking like a badass, the light shining off his glasses, zoom, 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 his arm and all that, and the kids are just like, robot! It's like they can just smell the robot in the room or something. There's like kids drawing and shit, but they're just like, robot, what? Go! Now, after they notice he's a robot, Frankie's gotta be Frankie, so, ow! Does his little pose and all that shit, fucking killing it. Fucking love Frankie. See, no, I'll talk about that later. Now, everything's going cool, all the kids are nice, and then Kinemon just, just going a little hard. Just going a little hard on the kids right there. He's like, where am I, son? Have you seen Momosuke? And then the kids are like, oh, is that a robot? And a severed head? Ooh! And they start freaking out. They just run. There's like, these kids are like, I'm out of here. I'm not doing anything to do with this. Now, while they're running away, Frankie hears something. He notices that reinforcements are on their way. So he's like, alright, fuck this noise. We gotta get out of here. So while they're running, you see them going and the children are actually getting in their way. So these guys, they have their guns out. They can't shoot them because they can't shoot inside for whatever reason. I mean, not spoil anything. I'm gonna call this a spoiler. They use them inside anyway later on. But fuck it, right? Now, after that, we get a cut of Luffy, Zoro, Robin, and Usopp standing in front of this lake. Now, I have to say, the thing about this lake that got me was there is still chunks of fire burning in it. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is Akino's magma made of? Where this dude is able to set water on fire. Like, fucking A, man. This guy he's doing a lot. Now we have Usopp there doing his thing, reluctant to cross. And I think a lot of people after the time skip were expecting Usopp to just be this super like mega badass McSteen all day. But he's in the new world now. I think this Usopp would have no problem in the Grand Line. But as they are in the new world, I think it evened out a little bit. Because we still get the funny, I don't really want to do it Usopp. But he still achieves his goals. Because he's Usopp and he fucking does work. Now, after this, they have some long talk or whatever. Usopp basically had seeds on him for this banana bote, Bodhi, and these grass fans. So that just goes to show you that Usopp honestly had the method to cross the shit all the time. But he's Usopp, so he's like, we could probably not do this right now. And now, let's see. They get in the boat. They start sailing across. Oh, by the way, before they go on there, they didn't know how they were going to cross because Usopp didn't say anything yet. And Robin has these little moments I think are really cute, where she has these little bubbles. I don't know if you guys remember when they ran into Kuma and he showed his little paws. It was kind of cute because they had like the little like kitty thingy going on there. And then they showed one of Robin and Luffy on Zoro's and Usopp's back going across the water. I thought that was kind of cute. Now, while they're going across, the water is apparently really choppy. Did not look choppy from the beginning, but apparently it's choppy as a motherfucker. And the centaur guy that thought Luffy had taken care of throws a rocket, a boulder, if you will, a boulder at them, almost hitting them. I'm surprised Robin didn't get wet. And Luffy, being Luffy, is like, oh shit, so you want to be friends now? Is that what it means? Is that what you threw something at me? You want to be friends now, right? I was just like, oh, Jesus. This guy does not want to be your friend, Luffy. He blows this horn, calling for his boss. And then we get to see off in the distance a big shadowy figure surrounded by little shadowy figures. You can tell they're centaurs. And you get a shot of his beard. I'm not going to spoil who this is. Some of you may know who this guy actually is, but yeah, you get to see his beard. So that's cool. I'm not gonna talk about him. Fuck it. So after that, we go back to the biscuit room and we see um, Frankie, Chopper, Nami, Sanji, and the samurai head um, still in there. And the kids ask them, no, actually, I'm sorry. Before they asked them, I thought this was funny. They were running and the kids were walking. I don't know if you noticed that. Like, everyone's at like a half sprint and these kids are just like, hey, so, how'd you guys get to this island? And they're like, well, I mean, they're basically saying that since there's no one on this island, they're curious how they got into this facility. Um, Frankie mentions to the kid, he corrects him by the way, that he's a cyborg, not a robot, because Frankie's always got to do that, and he does not like being called a robot. Um, and it kind of this actually shocked me a little bit because after they talked about it, the kid was just like save us. And he was just like whoa, fuck, all right, buddy, take a second. It was just like they even had a shot in there where they showed all the stuff, and this is, you could call it fluffer if you want to extend the scene, but they showed all the kids' toys and the mobiles and the paintings, and it all started to gray out. And I think that was supposed to represent that all this really didn't mean shit. It was all just like, it was just stuff. It doesn't make them happy at the end of the day. These kids want to go home. So basically, after that, Chopper thought it was a daycare or something like that, and the kids just start crying. They're just sobbing. They're like, fuck, please just get us out of here. This place is not what you think it is. There's nobody around here. There's no cities. There's no people. Nobody even knows we're here. And they're like, fuck. So everyone keeps running. Nami stops dead because Nami can't leave crying kids. That's a thing. If you're aware of her past, you could understand that. Now, while this is happening, these guys in the yellow suits, you see them having a conversation with the kids. So you can tell right off the bat from the way the conversation's going, they've been feeding these kids a crock of shit. Like, it's all just lies. It's all lies. And these kids, I think, are aware of it, but they don't have anything they can do about it. So it's like, fuck. Basically, you kind of get, let's see. Yeah, okay, so Nami's standing there with the kids. They're still begging them. Nami's frozen. Sanji is not having any of this. Like, I was like, damn, I'm not gonna lie, man. Sometimes Sanji, he can be a little cold. Like, granted, he's not a hero. He lets Nami know that. He's like, listen, Nami, we didn't come here to save these kids. Even Frankie's like, yo, we don't even have the means to save these guys right now. Like, shit. And then, while they're running away, she's like, will you please come back for us? And this just like, oh, Nami's at this point is just like, oh, fuck, okay, shit. So she just stops running. And she tells them out loud she will not leave crying kids. And when Nami proclaims something, because Sanji is such a gentleman, he backs her up. He's right there with her, right? And he's like, all right, I got your back. That's cool. I don't mind that at all. So Sanji gets serious, pulls out a cigarette around kids, which I'm like, all right, that's just more of Sanji not even kind of giving a fuck. And then Sanji kind of goes hard. Like, he just, boom, flame on. You just see this huge flame, boom. He's doing the Diablo Jumbo collar strike and shit. And I'm just like, whoa. Like, because to me, that's about equivalent to the Shishi Sun Sun. So it's like, if you have to, shit, I guess. Basically, after that, we get Chopper in his Kung Fu point. He kicks like 4 or 5 guys. Don't get me wrong, I love Chopper. I love Chopper, but he's lately just kind of not killing it, if you will. At Kung Fu point is not the best. I'll say this. I think Chopper at this point is more of a marketing character because he's on like little kids' lunchboxes and backpacks and keychains and sweaters and shit like that. He's like, I don't, oh god, someone's gonna hate me for saying this. He's kind of like the Hello Kitty of One Piece because they just kind of need to keep him cute. So they can keep selling shit with his face on it. I think that's the only way I can rationalize that. I don't know why he's not just big stomping motherfuckers. But anyway, all right. After that, we get so Oh no, sorry. We got Frankie coming in. We got Frankie coming in with that mean strong right. The mean strong right. Yo, it even says strong on the arms. Got like flames on it and shit. I was like, oh, going hard. Just boom, hits the dude. Mega dent in the wall. Mega dent in the wall. Now this is why I like that they showed Frankie doing this, because Frankie can still do work. He kicks plenty of ass. He's just kind of had a emotional change, I want to say, from when we first were introduced to him. And a lot of people liked this super badass, I'm gonna punch you in the mouth and fuck you up, Frankie from Water 7. But in reality, I think he was only like that is because he didn't know the Straw Hats, and he was just kind of beating up what he thought were random pirates for money. So he didn't need to be nice. He could just be an asshole. Because, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. He still does that to people now. Like, he hurt that man. He put that man through a wall. It was like, sheesh. Like, I don't know. I mean, he does have his moments where I think he does can be a crybaby sometimes. But whatever. I think Frankie's the coolest character anyway. So I don't give a fuck. All right, after that, we see Sanji standing around. And at this point, there is smoke hearts coming out of his cigarette, which I like. So now the kids can die with love. Let's see. Oh yeah. Sanji tells Chopper and Nami to go ahead, and Frankie decides to stay with him. Because Frankie can't let his fans down. Of course. I mean, these kids think he's the bee's knees right now. What would he look like if he went running too? Shit. That's what I'm saying. Frankie always keeps it cool. He does have his moments where he kind of is the first one to cry. But other than that, I'm telling you, man, he's just, the dude's got heart. That's what it is. I think Frankie's got too much heart. And sometimes he can't but let it show. Shit, I don't know. So, after that, we see Nami Chopper running away with the kids. Now, after this, we see them standing there. We get a cut to Brook, who is apparently building snowmen. So I was like, that's cool, I guess. And you don't fuck with Brook's snowmen, apparently. So basically, he's making these snowmen. He gets about 6 of them, and they just start getting cut up. And he cannot see who's cutting these up. This guy has got good. I'll say he's got skills just based off this, because Brook's pretty fast. So if Brook can't see where it's coming from, you probably know what you're doing. Now, we see him block the hit before it gets to him, and then boom, we get a shot of the torso. Literally, the last piece of the puzzle has just shown itself. And Brook is even shocked, and I like when Brook is shocked, because he's a skeleton, so not too many things shock him, so when it is, it's, I don't know, I kind of find it amusing. But yeah, anyway, that is episode 583 in a nutshell. Yo ho, Frankie Bros. This is Mr. Cuddy Flem sailing out.